Because all that's got is the... Yeah.
How's that? I've got yellow here. This is not green on this mic.
Yeah.
Push the button.
There you go. Okay.
But yeah, we got to get audio
Well, we got
that.
You're good on your end. Now we need audio for this one, though.
Can you plug this?
It goes through there, so we're good.
We're good.
All right, we'll go ahead and get rolling then.
John will book you.
Hey everybody, welcome. Sorry for the delay. We had a little technological delay, but Tony, you took some engineering at Starfleet. I guess you. Hey everybody, welcome. Sorry for the delay. We had a little
or something or another's that
Tony, you took some engineering at Starfleet. So here we are. Hey everybody, welcome. Sorry Midwest Model. We had a little in Independence, Missouri.
It is home of Harry Truman.
So here we are.
Hey everybody, by his Athearn Blue Box kids here.
Really?
He drove like last picture I saw in the early '70s. He was driving like a big Chrysler by his Athearn Blue Box. He'd come up and fill the back of the trunk with blue box kids. Last picture I saw in the early
I could see that happening. And where are we right now? Okay.
He'd come up with
Midwest Model Era. So this is Midwest Model Era. We are here live. Myself, Tony. So of course this is Midwest Model Era. And I, to my left and my right, I've got Mark Tony. He is the category manager in Boston. And then I've got some special guests to my left and right. I've got Mark Tony. He is the category manager in Boston. And then I've got some special guests to my left. Give us your name and he is the category manager.
My name's Gary Atwell.
And then I've got some special
Part of the owners group.
guests.
My wife and son. We started this place back in 2011 from nothing. And now I'm scared to death at look at what our inventory cost us. But yeah, day-to-day operations falls in my bailiwick. Some of these guys like me, some of these guys don't, but that's what a manager is. But we keep looking for better ways to improve things for the modeler, better ways to save them money, and hopefully in another 50 years we'll still be doing the same thing, probably without me, but hopefully we're still here.
And I'm John Percy. I'm one of the shippers here at Midwest, and I'm the oldest actual employee that's worked here. Okay, I'm not the oldest. I worked here the longest. Yeah.
Wow. So it's pretty safe to say if you need something in HO or N scale, Midwest Model probably has it, maybe duplicates of it, maybe more. Pretty safe assumption?
That's safe to say.
That's safe to
And
say.
we'll ship it out the same day.
Yeah, I can say from experience, you know, if I place something before noon, right, it's going to ship that day. And I get it if I'm in my house in central Illinois, I get it 2 days later. You guys are quick. Tony.
We've had people tell us they've actually received it in 24 hours.
Wow. So, and you know, earlier before the show, we got a really cool tour. We got to see their base of operations, and I can tell you their packing and shipping is just phenomenal. Tony, you live not too far from here, right?
About an hour north. I get my trains even easier though. I buy them online here.
Okay.
They just pull them, put them over there at the cash thing, and then I send Shane down to pick them up and bring them up to me.
You know what? We didn't introduce Shane either. Shane, you're kind of stuck there in the corner.
Just kind of hiding out.
He's hiding back. I see him. I just barely see him.
Behind John here.
Yeah.
And Shane, for those who haven't seen you on our show, tell us who you are, what you do, and all that other good stuff.
My name is Shane Mason. Hey, thanks, John.
Yeah, buddy.
Shane Mason. I'm the assistant editor for Model Era News. I work very closely with Tony on reviews, photos, as well as picking up his orders and taking them back to him.
So there you go. I mean, I walked through here earlier. Mark and I did. We've not been here before. Full disclosure, Mark, you and I have not been here before.
Haven't been here before?
No,
Oh, wow.
first time.
Okay. I thought you had.
And you know, quite frankly, we were amazed.
Isn't it?
I mean,
though?
it's like what a supermarket should be.
Yes. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And if that's the case too, it'd be a lot less fattening than a.
And they don't put the milk and bread in the back of this one.
No,
You
they
come
don't.
right in. The
Come right
locomotives are right there. Yeah.
And I see Athearn is very well represented. A lot of the new stuff. In fact, I was talking to Nate earlier, and he's already got his hands on the new MP15 ACs.
Oh, nice.
I haven't even had a
You
chance to
haven't seen
touch
them
one
yet?
of those yet. Yeah. Now I will say though, that is actually one of the things we're going to give away tonight.
Oh, really? Going to give one
We're
away?
going to give one away. We've got 25 or more of our best friends here in behind. You guys can't see it, but they were here earlier for a Q&A, and everybody got a special Midwest Athearn sticker and some other cool little prizes. But they also got a raffle ticket, and that raffle ticket will get them one of 3 prizes.
Oh.
So
3 prizes.
3 different prizes. So third prize is a t-shirt. Pretty cool, represent the brand. Second prize is either an HO or an N scale, depending on what scale they model, freight car. And then, the grand prize is a new Athearn Genesis MP15 AC.
Nice. Very nice.
So there you have it. Brand new. I haven't even had a chance to take one out of the box yet. How about you?
No, I don't think I have yet. Isn't that the one that's got the cube speakers in it this time? And
Sound,
sound has
Cube
been
speakers,
added.
and it's also got for the guys that are into that modern stuff. You and I don't really do that, but
Doesn't it have the ditch lights?
ditch lights
Yeah.
front and rear. That's a new thing, and a lot of tooling went into that. So this is the first time this locomotive's been run, really, in a number of years.
Wow.
Product development, John in product development got in there and started fine tuning stuff. It should be a good locomotive, especially for you guys out there that have smaller layouts, maybe switching layouts and things of that nature. Tony, real quick, why don't you give us what's going on at Model Railroad News?
What's going on about the product and more product?
Up to our years of product, really.
This year's just been, and Gary, you see the same thing here. The trains just keep coming in. So yeah, lots of stuff. We've got the Illinois Central and Illinois Central Gulf SD70s.
That's right.
Are in the September edition that I'm sending across.
Yeah.
And Shane's been working on those, David J. Joseph, the bathtub gons,
Okay.
for in-scale. So we've got those coming up, and lots of news coverage for Athearn stuff, because there's always tons of Athearn stuff coming out. So, and I know you guys have got some neat projects, because some of your designers have asked me for pictures of various. Did you want me to tell everybody the stuff that I've looked up pictures?
Yeah, why don't you just give them a little bit of a clue?
This is where he always puts me on mute or turns off my camera.
My mouse is on the ground. Go for it.
I won't.
Okay. All right. We'll let them guess a little bit. Chris, we got a national show coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah,
so
you do, yeah.
We might unveil some stuff there.
Grapevine, Texas, Dallas
Grapevine,
area.
Texas, yeah.
Well, boy, and there's no place better to be than Dallas in the middle of August.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing.
opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
They never have that show someplace like, let's have it, in Canada in the middle of August. No.
No, they don't do that.
Oh, well.
So you do the winter shows up there.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we do Amherst in January. Yeah, exactly. Now tell us a little bit about Midwest Model. Give us the beginnings. What was the impetus of Midwest Models, and then tell us a little bit about the early years.
Early years, like I said, we got started out buying stuff up, fixing it up, cleaning it up, reselling it. We were doing our own layouts at the time and really getting into the nitty gritty of model trains. And we found out, hey, we can't find this. We want this. We want this. That's when we find out, if you see it, you better get it, because it's not going to be available again for another 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we started putting feelers out. Okay, let's see if this manufacturer will sell us, this manufacturer will sell us. Of course, people like these big guys here with Athearn, no, you're not a brick and mortar, we're not talking to you. Walther's the same way. But we started scratching out with a few of the locals, Joplin area, Lake of the Ozarks, whatnot. Got on board with them, and from there it just took off. In the beginning we said, we're never going to carry track, it's too hard to ship. Yeah, that didn't last long. Said the same thing with locomotives. Everybody carries locomotives, they're too expensive, we ain't going to put them in our inventory. Now we got rack after rack after rack of locomotives, and that's just the Athearn ones. So grew from there, started all in my basement. John came on pretty quick. The mailman learned to love us because they'd have to pick up a ton of stuff every day.
Oh, yeah.
And got to the point where it was either going to kick us out of the house or we were going to kick it out of its house. So we moved up in the back corner of this building at 2,000 square feet. We lasted there approximately 2 years. People that had 20,000 21,000 square feet here, moved out. So we grabbed 9,000 of it with an option on another 6. 2019, we moved into the 9,000. 2022, we moved in the additional 6. So now we're sitting here at 15,000 square feet. And all the manufacturers that are willing to work with us, we represent very well. There's a few of them out there that their business model differs from ours, and we just can't deal with them. But we try. We've got a pretty large selection of stuff. We tell people when they come in, if you want to browse all day, just bring your lunch. We'll set you up someplace to eat. But
Now-
we do ship worldwide.
Wow.
I love shipping Kata stuff back to Japan. That's always fun, but we have visitors come in from all over the country, and we've had multiples in from all over the world.
Wow. So what would you say on average? How many orders do you think you ship in a day?
During the busy season, which is basically sometime in September through sometime end of April, first part of May, Mondays, since we don't ship on Sundays, we'll probably ship out of here 150 to 180 orders a day.
Wow.
Rest of the week, it'll be somewhere down around the 100 mark.
Wow. So if you're not familiar with Midwest Hobby, look them up online. And man, I can say from experience, Tony, you can say from experience, they are quick and they have it. If there's something new that Athearn has just announced, actually one of the best things that you guys do is sign up for their newsletter. They send me a newsletter almost every day that lets me know what's in stock, and if there's some rolling stock that you've been looking for that's somewhat hard to find, these guys will probably have it. So yeah, definitely, you guys carry a lot of Athearn here, a lot of Athearn Genesis.
And watch the newsletter also, because that's where you'll find out the first release on pre-orders.
Absolutely. Pre-orders, there's a lot going on in the industry right now. And it's hard to remember, even for myself, what is coming out.
Yeah.
So, Tony, what do you do to keep apprised? Do you probably use Midwest newsletter to keep apprised of what's going on?
I put everything in a magazine.
You do?
Yeah.
What's that magazine?
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have everything that we come across each month, but yeah, the stuff coming out is just crazy.
Yeah.
It really is.
Definitely.
Lots of things. And the reservations, as Gary was saying, it's so important to get those in. First of all, sometimes that's dependent on something making production, that it gets enough pre-orders, and then again getting the product when it hits, because this is one of those places where I come scouring the shelf when I've missed ordering something and hope they have one sitting here, and they do quite often.
Quite often, yeah. Now, all joking aside, Model Railroad News, it's a magazine that's pretty much set themselves apart, because not only are you keeping people informed as to what pre-orders are open, what's closing, what's coming soon, but you do a lot of reviews too, probably more reviews than any other magazine.
Oh, I would think so, yeah. Just because of the amount of pages that we have, as that's our thing. But yeah, reviewing all scales, locomotives, freight cars, the whole hobby stuff that you'll see about anything reviewed.
So if you're not familiar with Model Railroad News, go to its White River Publications.
Shop.whiteriverproductions.com.
Okay. And sign up, because it's a valuable resource that we use on Athearn. We want to see what's going on out there, what things we need to do. We were talking about that MP15 earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier that was released without sound,
Right.
didn't have the lighting features, and this is a good way for Team Athearn to know what people are looking for in their models. It allows us to update our models to what you guys want. Mark, I'm going to swing it over to you a little bit.
Sure.
You're category manager. You're my boss. I bug him 24/7, by the way. Tell us a little bit about everything that you have going on at Athearn, what you do at the company.
So, as Jim said, my name is Mark Williams. I support the Athearn team. Basically, that's the marketing group, the engineering group, the product developers, the art group, as well as interface with the factories in China. And so basically the business decisions, we obviously all work together. We have a very tight-knit group, a family, if you will, of Athearn employees. The vast majority of us are all modelers. We have a a variety of history, a variety of backgrounds in the modeling, and all of us model something different. So we kind of bring a well-rounded facet to everything. Our parent company is Horizon Hobby, the world's largest manufacturer, distributor, designer of model products, both internal in terms of railroad products as well as any of the RC products. We also carry a vast number of product offerings outside, so not just the Athearn brand. We carry other manufacturers as well. Yeah. So we support Midwest Model and our other train stores. So work with the entire group there. So it's a lot of fun. We get to travel the world, see things that you never thought you'd see. And you guys can't see them, but I see a whole lot of people behind the camera here. So we get to meet them, talk to them, find out what their interest levels are, find out what we can do as the Athearn group to satisfy their needs for modeling.
Yeah, we've had a great day out here. Mark and I showed up in Midwest Model about 3 o'clock. And like I said, we got that tour, which was amazing. It's cool to see a hobby shop just for trains, so deep in inventory, so quick on shipping. I mean, it really is a one-stop shopping for HO or N scale. Or I guess you've also got some other scales that you got into.
We
as well.
have a small amount of O scale now.
Okay.
Even a smaller amount of a few Z scale cars. But we also, with the Horizon Hobbies, have some of the slot car stuff that they carry. And of course, hobby shops, we're going to have a few model rockets, games, that type of stuff. But by far, out of 15,000 square feet, probably 14,000 of it's trains.
Wow.
And you guys have started doing operating sessions with, I know right over, again, you can't see it, there's an HO layout here and there's 2 in-scale layouts over on the other side. And Steven, your son, was telling me that you guys are doing almost weekly now?
No. The front layout on the in-scale side belongs to the Kansas City T-Nuts. When they lost their space, we made some room for them, invited them in. So most weekends they have their stuff here. Other weekends their stuff disappears while they go out to shows. But our in-scale layout and our O-scale layout, we had our first op session 2 weeks ago, I believe it was. And for now, we've got them scheduled once a month. We're toying with the ideas because we had a lot of younger modelers in for the op session. And sometimes some of us older people don't mesh well with the younger people. So we're toying with the idea of another time a month opening it for people under 30.
Oh, wow.
We feel that way.
That's the one I would sign up for.
Yeah. We feel that way it's going to give them a little more confidence because they're not dealing with people that have done it for 30, 40 years. But also it's pushing it down to the next generation, which hopefully will continue in their interest in model railroaders and get their friends involved in it too.
Tony, you and I were talking a while back that we've always and we hear this in other hobbies as well. The hobby is graying, the hobby is dying. And you and I have come to the conclusion it's not really dying, it's evolving, isn't it? We're seeing younger guys get into this hobby.
Oh, yeah.
But they do it differently than what you or I or Mark may have done.
Exactly.
And you've recognized that and you're bringing that in, and that's awesome. That's good to hear.
Well, one of the things with the younger crowd, I mean, they're a lot different than us. They're more computer savvy, more electronic savvy. They get into that type of stuff as well as photography. I mean, the hobby's got such a wide variety of things you can do in it. You just got to find what interests them and push it. And the industry's come along now that there is more electronic stuff involved in it. So we're working to get with them. Now all we got to do is get them to work with us.
That's great.
Yeah, I'd have to say that the amount of train sets and flex track and obvious beginner kind of things that I send out on a weekly basis, the hobby is not dying. We got a lot of new people going into the hobby. And I've also noticed around town here, I probably operate on, we'll say 15 or 20 railroads. The stuff I send out, there must be 30 or 40 or 50 more of them in this town that I'm not aware of.
Yeah.
So it's not dying, it's just evolving.
Yeah, it really,
New people are coming.
really surprised us when we moved up into here from the basement dungeon that we were in. A number of people that walk in never knew you were here, and probably within a 5-mile radius, I bet there's 30 or 50 model railroaders in here that we never knew about.
Wow.
The thing on the hobby I always liked when I was a little kid, this would have been the early 70s, at hobby shops in the St. Louis area, I can remember some of the guys that would have been my age saying the hobby won't even be around when you're an adult because they quit running steam about 10 years ago, and with no steam loco, no one cares about diesels, and this is the hobby's over. So, and here, however many years later, in fact, I see more steam stuff released anymore.
We're seeing a
It's
lot.
amazing,
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's amazing. Like you said, we all probably had our favorite club that we go to, and we had the older guys. And like, this will be gone in 10, 15 years, and here we are. And I think it's probably the best time to be alive in model railroading because of all the features that we see in our models now.
It's amazing. Yeah, it really is.
And speaking of that, I think it's about time to give some of our guests some prizes. What do you think?
Hey.
Shane, I think over by you there should be a small box with our prizes, and Mark's got the raffle tickets now. What we did is we got here at 3 o'clock, and the first 25 guests received a little Athearn bag, and those were for some prizes that we're going to give away. 3 lucky contestants here today.
He's shaking tickets. Should I shake this box too, or just?
Yeah, just get that to me. Yeah, you don't want to take that, Shane. It's not your scale.
Just shake it up.
But
Too big.
we're gonna draw a number and see who our lucky contestant for the first prize. It's a T-shirt, Athearn T-shirt. Tony, I'll let you read that number off.
152062.
Yeah. All right. Now, what size are you, sir? Do you prefer?
Double X.
Double X. All right. I think I brought one. There you are, sir.
Well, thank you very much.
That is a super limited edition. Yes. All right. Next prize is how many? Okay, Shane. You and I will love this. How many are into HO scale? Raise your hand. Okay. And how many N scalers do we have here? We've got a fair amount. So I'm glad I brought an extra one. This next prize is for either an Athearn N scale or an Athearn HO scale freight car. So if somebody can draw a name there. We'll let Tony do that.
I did this once at a G&O convention when I was a little kid, and I pulled out basically my dad, my mom, and it was random like that, but it literally got terribly embarrassing. But okay, next winner, and this is for the freight car, HO or N, 152072. Hey,
All right.
HO or N?
All right.
Unless you want to start another scale.
Yeah. There you are. Now this next prize, I don't know. I mean, nobody really wants this. I think I could probably use this.
Taking it home with you.
I'm thinking.
I've been thinking go put it on the shelf.
Well, maybe what we can do is we can shut off the live stream. There's a layout behind us. Have you seen this thing yet? I have not had a chance to see this yet. But here it is. Of course, our fans can't see it really well, but look at that. This is Athearn Genesis, yeah. Operating front and rear ditch lights, of course, has the Tsunami 2 decoder. Anybody here has a like a small switching layout or anything like that? How many? There's a couple of guys doing that. Most of you guys are probably into operations. You can probably use this for your yard. You can see it's lettered for the UP yard service. But you know what? What'd you drive today, the Lincoln or the Cadillac?
Lincoln.
Raffle off the Lincoln, and I'll take this home.
I need to wash it though because I just brought it back up from Texas yesterday, so I got a lot of bugs on the front of it. I have to wash it before I get
That's
it
true.
away.
All
Jim
right.
took care of that.
Yeah. Now I think our guests probably want to see who's winning a new Genesis MP15.
Very nice.
Let's draw a name. Let's draw a number.
Okay, we'll let you draw this one.
That one there.
And the lucky winner is 152071.
Really? Awesome.
There you are. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for that. We want to thank our audience for joining us today. Thank you. We're live streaming this on Midwest Models website, and that'll go on their YouTube channel. Please, if you've not seen them, maybe you're new to the hobby and you're looking for where to get your Athearn pre-orders, please consider Midwest Model. They are just phenomenal with carrying the Athearn and Athearn Genesis line, Athearn Roundhouse line. check them out, and once you go to their website, sign up for their newsletter. Super convenient, super
And
easy.
the website is www.midwestmodelrr.com.
Yeah, so definitely want to thank you all for joining us here tonight on this special edition of Athearn Extra. I think we got trains to run now, don't we?
We do, and you guys are still traveling. We're gonna meet up again.
Some small town
Saturday,
north of here. Yeah, I'm
so
not
you
sure.
guys are kind of on a whole train trip.
We're kind of doing that. So we'll probably bump into each other again. And you folks, be watching your social media feed. You'll probably see something about maybe doing another extra.
Awesome.
Sounds like some good time. So, everyone, thank you for joining us here tonight. We appreciate it. And until next time, be happy, be healthy, do some good modeling, and above all, high greens, everyone. Good night.
See y'all.